Happy Tuesday. I am glad you were able to join me. I hope your week is going well so far. If you are in Missouri, we have had a few sunny days, which has been absolutely priceless because we thought the sun was a long lost friend for a short time there. Excuse me. So, pardon me. I was thinking about an illustration that I often use with our youth. And you may have seen this before. I have seen, or I have it's a picture of a piece of fruit, and it's sitting next to another piece of fruit, but it is rotting. And the progression is, if you leave that piece of fruit that is rotting next to the other piece, what's the next thing that will happen? The other piece will begin to rot as well. It spreads, is the whole thinking behind the picture. And I use that to illustrate to our youth that choosing your friends wisely is so extremely important because you might have great values. Your parents have taught you to make good choices, but if you choose to spend your time next to someone who is always making poor choices, you will begin to think those things are okay, and their choices will begin to affect yours. Now, keep in mind, I always remind them as well, don't ever judge a friend. Sometimes those friends who may not be just like you, who may not hang out with the same groups as you, who may not always make the same choices as you, need a friend like you to help them make those positive choices, to show them that there are different ways to do things. So I always let them know there's both sides to this. But back to the fruit. So I show them this illustration. The bad fruit spreads correctly. Correct. So that makes me think of something that Lori was asking me about last week. So last year, we had a group of middle school girls who had a Bible study with K-Life on Thursday nights. And they met every Thursday. Well, it wasn't even called Bible study. It was called small group. Well, then during the summer, the small group wasn't going to meet. So these girls decided they wanted to continue meeting and they wanted to have a Bible study. And teenagers. My daughter is in the group and she said, Mom, where do you think we could meet that would be a free place where we could just meet once a week? I said, honey, remember where Mom works? Teenagers just don't remember things sometimes. But long story short, this whole group of seventh graders met every week here at church, had a little Bible study. It was the most beautiful thing to see this group of girls meeting during the summer willingly to discuss God. And they wanted to leave the Bible study themselves. So each week I would ask what the topic was, and they would run with it. And then it began to spread. Not only was it seventh grade girls, but they were inviting some of their friends from their softball teams. So then we had a group of sixth grade girls coming. Of course, they were all meeting together, but it was just lovely to see how this group grew over the summer. It did not get smaller over the course of the summer. It got bigger. Now we've had another group of middle school girls asking if they could meet through the summer. I think it's such a beautiful thing that it also illustrates how those great choices, don't keep them secret. Don't hold them to yourself. Let those great choices be known. Let them see the joy that you experience, and it will spread. Now, I said when I started that I frequently share this story with youth. I use this example to let them know that it is very important who you spend your time with as a teenager and who you allow to be your circle of influence, who your closest friends are. But I also share with them that if you share your experiences, if you share your attitude, if you share your good choices, if you share your love for God, It will spread. And, you know, as a teenager, they don't want to just go out and constantly talk about God and be a, you know, so that all their friends are like, oh, I don't know about that. But what I explain to them is it's very simple to be a good person, to be kind to others, to show God's love in your actions, your choices, in just the way you are. How you are when you're out with friends on the weekends, how you are at sleepovers, how you are out to eat at Hardee's, how you are at school, when the way you react to your teachers, the way you respond, the way you react when no one's looking and conversations start to take place. That is spreading God's love. So all of that being said, what I want to share with you today is, even though we are adults, and even though we know all of this, it sometimes is a really great reminder that our actions spread. Our love spreads. Our joy is contagious. And when we often talk about the great things taking place in our lives, others want a part of it. So whether it be the new Bible study that's going to be starting on Thursdays here at church, whether it be how much fun Sunday mornings are, whether it be First Families on the first Friday of every month, whether it be how much fun your kids have at Taco Tuesday. Share that joy. It will spread. We don't have to go out and preach the gospel. We don't have to go out and recruit people to God. We just need to share the joy of God and the fun that we have being a part of Christ's family. And it will spread just as quickly and easily as the yuck spreads through rotten fruit. The joy spreads as well. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you are able to find something in your life this week that you would love to share with others, that you would love to talk about with others, that you would love to invite someone to. Have a great week. I'll see you back next Tuesday.